Hello everyone, this time we are going to read and analyze the Bible reading for the 13th of Nisan, which will help us prepare our hearts for the Commemoration Day. All these readings speak about the last week that Jesus spent on earth, so don't miss it, as in the end, we will draw good comments and lessons that we can learn from this reading. Without further ado, let's begin. Thirteenth of Nisan. Matthew 26 verses 17 to 19. On the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Jesus' disciples came to ask him, "Where do you want us to prepare for you to eat the Passover?" He replied, "Go into the city to a certain man and tell him, 'The teacher says, my time is near, I am to keep the Passover at your house with my disciples.'" The disciples did as Jesus had directed them and prepared the Passover. Mark 14 verses 12 to 16. On the first day of unleavened bread, when the Passover lamb is sacrificed, Jesus' disciples asked him, "Where do you want us to go and make preparations for you to eat the Passover?" So he sent two of his disciples, telling them, "Go into the city, and a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him. Say to the owner of the house he enters, 'The teacher asks, where is my guest room, where I may eat the Passover with my disciples?' He will show you a large room upstairs, furnished and ready. Make preparations for us there." The disciples left, went into the city, and found things just as Jesus had told them. So they prepared the Passover. Luke 22 verses 7 to 13. Then came the day of unleavened bread on which the Passover lamb had to be sacrificed. Jesus sent Peter and John, saying, "Go and make preparations for us to eat the Passover." "Where do you want us to prepare it?" they asked. He replied, "As you enter the city, a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him to the house that he enters, and say to the owner of the house, 'The teacher asks, where is the guest room, where I may eat the Passover with my disciples?' He will show you a large room upstairs, all furnished. Make preparations there." They left and found things just as Jesus had told them. So they prepared the Passover. Now, let's see the comments and lessons we can highlight from this reading. First comment. We notice that in this reading, the 13th of Nisan is mentioned as the first day of unleavened bread, not the 14th. This is because the Israelites counted days from sunset, so the day of the Passover, or also called the first day of unleavened bread, would start at the evening of the 13th of Nisan. Second comment. We can see that Jesus already knew exactly where they were going to celebrate the Passover with his disciples. That's why he sent Peter and John to enter the city, and they would find a man with a water jar who would show them a large room where they would have the Passover. This teaches us about the great power of Jehovah and Jesus, which strengthens our faith in the promises Jehovah has made to us. Third comment. We see that although Jesus knew that his disciples and his closest friends would abandon him in the most difficult moment, he did not condemn them. On the contrary, he assured them that, although they would abandon him, he would not abandon them. This teaches us never to focus on the weaknesses of our brothers or see them pessimistically, but to see them positively and build each other up. This concludes the analysis of the Bible reading for the commemoration of the 13th of Nisan. I hope it has been very helpful to you. Until tomorrow, my brothers, I send you a big hug, and may Jehovah bless and protect you always.